So I'll intro it. All right, we're good. You know, they have these things called hair ties. I should give you some of mine. I have tons of them. I use them all the time. Usually what we talk about in here are movies or shows that are from my generation, or even present day movies that I go to that I bring the kids to. But we also want to make an effort to talk about some of the shows that are out that the kids watch that as adults we could enjoy too. So toward that end, we're going to talk about a show that's on Nickelodeon called The Loud House. And I'll let you give you want to give an opinion or an impression about what you feel The Loud House is, or if it's good, bad, otherwise? You know.
I really like it.
And how come?
Because I think that since they have like really unique personalities, that like most kids could connect with one of the sisters or even the brother.
I didn't even think about that, but that's an excellent point. Let me set the show up a little bit so that we know what it's about, and we'll go from there. Basically, the main character is Lincoln Loud, and he's this guy right here in the middle, and he's got 10 sisters. 5 of them are older than him, and 5 of them are younger than him. And it's the Loud House because their last name is Loud, but also it's a loud house, and there's a lot going on. But Lainey's point is very, very true. Each one of the siblings has their own personality. So there's Lori Loud, and she's the oldest sister. She's close to graduating high school. She's got a boyfriend who she calls Bobby Boo Boo Bear, right? And she's always on her phone, and she's always talking to him. She's still a likable character, but that's one of her personality traits. The next sister is Lenny, and she's kind-hearted. She's not very bright, but she's kind-hearted and very caring. Luna Loud is kind of a rocker. She's into music. She's free-spirited, that kind of personality. There's Luann Loud, she's a comedian. She's full of one-liners and puns. A lot of the puns I feel like they've stolen from me personally. I'm like, I tell that joke. Where did they get that from? So that's the kind of thing. There's Lynn Loud Jr., who's named after her dad. His name is Lynn, and she's the athlete in the family. Lucy Loud she dresses all in black, and she's the gothic one. She's into she celebrates funerals for things. You know, she's very she's all about
bats.
Yeah, she has a pet bat and what have you. Then there's twins, Lana and Lola Loud, and Lana she's a tomboy. She basically likes to take care of the plumbing in the house and loves digging holes in the backyard, and she has all kinds of she has pet snake and different things. And her sister Lola is the polar opposite because she's a beauty queen. She does pageants, and she's all about being clean and perfect, and the other one is always dirty and messy. There's Lisa Loud, and she's the scientist. She's very, very smart, and she's always doing experiments and things like that. And then the baby is Lily Loud, and I think Mom is holding Lily right here. And then Mom is Rita, who's the only one with a non-L name, and Dad is Lynn Loud. They all have very distinct personalities. They all get their moment to shine. It's about Lincoln's interactions with his sisters, and as well as other people in the town and in the school and in his family. But it's really a lot of fun. The shows are quite clever and hilarious. Sometimes they'll be watching TV and they're watching sort of a reality show. It's kind of their version of The Bachelor. It's called Dreamboat, and it's on a cruise ship. And they're going to decide who goes overboard tonight. I mean, it's very clever. The writing is like that. Luna, who's the musician, her favorite musician is Mick Swagger.
Nick.
Is it Nick? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Nick Swagger, which is obviously Mick Jagger. So they have a lot of clever little winks and nods. It's very well thought out and very well written. Okay, so your point is really good. They each have very distinct personalities, and somebody can identify. So who do you identify with the most?
All of them.
What do you mean all of them? There's got to be one or two that probably are your favorite sisters, or is it Lincoln?
I don't know. I like Lily.
Lily's the baby. She's very cute. So that's me. another part of it that works from the parents' point of view is it provides sort of a jumping off point for conversations because there's elements in there that are just typical normal life as presented in the Loud House universe, which have spurred conversations in my house. For instance, Lincoln has a best friend whose name is Clyde.
And I asked you, why does he have two dads?
Right. Clyde has two dads. It's just a fact of the show, and it's never talked about. But Lainey asked about it, and it spurred a conversation at our house as to why that exists and how that's a normal situation because, you know, everybody's family isn't exactly the same. But what should be the same is that everybody's family has love in it. And Clyde's dads are awesome. In fact, Lincoln goes over there because at his house with 10 sisters, sometimes he doesn't get attention. He needs help with his school project, which I think was a volcano.
Yes.
Yeah, he's making a volcano. He couldn't get any help from his parents because they were so busy with all the sisters.
5 minutes, Lincoln.
Yep.
Sorry, 5 more minutes, Lincoln.
Exactly. So they kept telling him that, and he couldn't get the volcano done. So he went over to Clyde's house, and Clyde's dads helped him with the volcano. And pretty soon the sisters noticed, well, Lincoln's getting all this attention at Clyde's house. So they started going over to Clyde's house.
First it was Lynn.
Right.
She noticed that his sideburns were different, I think.
Right.
And then someone else started, then that person sitting in the shower, which didn't lead to a good story.
But the main point being that they started to gravitate toward Clyde's house so they could get attention over here. And then pretty soon Clyde's house was a zoo. And then Lincoln actually went back to his parents who had then time to help him with his project. So that was one episode. There was another episode where Luna, who's the musician, she kept talking about this person who she had a crush on. And it was Sam. And you kept seeing Sam. There was a band, and it was one guy and two girls were in the band, and when they would walk by, she would always talk about Sam. And at the end, she finally drops a note in Sam's locker to say that she likes Sam. And then when the three of them walked by, the guy and the two girls walked by, and the guy and one girl kept walking, and Sam, who turned out to be the girl, went and opened the locker and found the note. And again, you asked about that, and my point to you was, you know, it's different for everybody. Everybody likes and loves different things and different people, and it's just, that's normal. That's the way it is. And whether you agree with that or not is completely your business. I'm not trying to suggest you should or shouldn't, but it's a great jumping off point for conversations because the messages are never heavy-handed. They're just there, and sometimes it spurs a question, and that question creates a nice entry into being able to talk about things that are sometimes not easy to bring up. So I think that's a nice feature of the show. And the show is quite hilarious. I mean, it's very clever, very funny moments, and each of the characters gets their moment to shine, and they're able to handle all these characters, a big ensemble cast really, and they're able to handle all of them and give them equal time, and they all have something fun to say. What else did you want to say about it?
I don't know.
There's gonna be a spin-off now because Lincoln, Lori's boyfriend, Bobby,
Has a little sister on here.
Right, so Lori dates Bobby, and I think their last name is Santiago. And then he has a little sister named Ronnie Ann who kind of likes Lincoln. And Lincoln does like her. And so they have, it's Santiago. They have they're sort of dating or whatever else. And at one point, Ronnie Ann and Bobby moved to the city to be with the bigger family, the extended family. And I guess that's going to be a spin-off. And that family is called the Casa Grande family, which my Spanish is a little rusty. As you know, I took French. I took 3 years of French, French 1, French 2, and French 2. But I believe Casa Grande means the large house. So it's their family, the large house, and it's a spin-off of the Loud House, which is kind of clever. So I'm interested to see what they'll do with that. I have no doubt that they'll create some interesting scenarios and some fun humor and some great stories, because I think this is a really worthwhile show to watch. And it's a show that you can watch with your kids. You can enjoy it. They can enjoy it. It's educational, but not in a heavy-handed way. It's really a byproduct of enjoying a good story. So, anything else? Crummy or yummy?
Yummy.
Yeah, yummy for me. Colton loves it. Colton will beg for it. Before he goes to bed, he gets to watch 2 shows, and he usually picks Loud House. So, and we're all very happy when he picks Loud House, because if he doesn't pick Loud House, it's usually Yokai Watch or something I can't.
Pokemon.
Right.
Yokai Watch.
Yeah, and I don't understand those. But I love that he loves it. I don't understand this. So anyway, well, I feel like I was a little louder than you were, but I think we got the point across. That's it.
Okay.